afternoon. It's January 6th, 2016, precisely 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name, Steven Richards, Scoop of Steve, whatever you want to call me. Just be respectful. I am a theorist, and I have been following the Flat Earth movement for about 4 years now. Didn't really believe the whole globe pitch when I was a kid. Like, obviously at first I did, because, you know, they teach you 1 + 1 is 2, and the Earth is a globe, and we live up top on here. I just don't get how someone can, like, live on, like, a bottom of the globe, like the bottom of South America, South Africa, Australia, way down there, and they're just looking up at us, and there's 10,000 foot of water between us and them, right? A wall of bending water. I don't get that. I was about, let's say, 10, 11 years old in 5th grade. Went on a plane to Disneyland. The year before, we did a really big globe project. It was worth a good amount of my grade in 4th grade. So I was, pretty pumped as a kid to just go on an airplane. But very, very, very interested in seeing the curvature, because we did the math in class, and I think it said after around 60 miles I should have started to see it. Should clearly see a dip, and I remember the guy saying we were like 35,000 cruising altitude, and I opened my little window latch, and a flat plane. It's a plane above a plane, baby. That's all it is up there. So, I'm gonna probably be making a series of videos, even if I don't. Antarctica is probably one of the two most things that interest me about the flat Earth. So, I'd say it's either gonna be the flat Earth, or it's either gonna be Antarctica or the dome. Those are my two big who the fuck knows. So it's what I'll call those, because we ain't gonna find out, because we're not allowed to go there, to Antarctica, to the North Pole, anywhere. So let's do a quick little recap. See what we got. The Antarctic treaties have been signed by all major countries, like, war power, stuff like that. They all signed them. Russia, USA, Canada, England, France, all of them. China signed, Japan signed. A bunch of other smaller countries too, like, that don't really matter, signed it just to quote unquote protect its untouched environment, which I'm not gonna lie, it's probably untouched. So you gotta give them that. Good job, NASA. Good job, UN. Shout out to you guys. Alright. So, not many people can go to Antarctica. You gotta be like a scientist, a researcher, an expeditionist. Like 1.5 million people are allowed to go there. What? So, I'm not gonna go there. You're probably not gonna go there. No one's gonna go there. Not unless you have a PhD in penguinism. Penguinism. I don't even know. Oh boy. I got work in about an hour and 20 minutes, so I gotta speed this up. My current belief is that Antarctica is the barrier, the ice wall that holds us in. That's my current belief. Some people believe there's infinite past the ice. Some people believe there's a dome. Some people believe there's a dome and it expands after that. Personally, I really don't know what to believe, because just the other day my beliefs were changed, because I thought we were in a dome underwater with the ice barrier, but I've seen videos of the rockets, the unmanned rockets, and the weather balloons go hundreds, like 120,000 feet in the air. The sun is a beam with them. It's right there. It's literally right there. But it's not blue above it. So that kind of just dismisses the whole there's water above the dome theory. What if it just stops? There's an invisible barrier of blackness and it just bang. I don't know. So I'm making these videos. I need feedback. First, I want some support. I need some questions answered. I can answer questions. Like I said, I'm like just a 20-year-old guy from Springfield, Massachusetts. Got really nothing really going for me. I'm currently employed at GNC. Yeah. So if we can crack this open, maybe, just maybe, like everyone, not just me. I'm not looking for an easier exit, nothing like that. I just want everyone's life to be easier. That should be easier. Because what they're doing to us right now is just not good, for lack of better terms. Like I said, I believe Antarctica is the barrier, but on the other hand, I could also believe that it is possible. Notice all those little words in there. That it is possible that Antarctica could be the center of the flat Earth model, and the North Pole is the sheet of ice that holds us in. It does sound far-fetched, but think of it. No matter anywhere in the world you go, if you go north, it gets cold. I live in Massachusetts in the United States. It's a little cold out. It's January fucking 6th. Alright, so I'll tell you what I believe and what I know about the ice wall of Antarctica, not the centric version of it. But one more time, just regardless whether it's the North or South Pole, which is the ice wall, I'm not too sure, but either way, the Earth is flat. Like, there's not one single way I live on a globe. Like, I live in Massachusetts, which is more towards the top of, like, the globe thing, but that would mean I'd be constantly, technically standing on a slant. I do have bad balance. I do lean to the right sometimes, but I'm not like that. Nope. And you're telling me that people in like Ecuador are standing parallel to the they're just standing like this, like on the globe? It makes no sense. I got nothing. Alright, so much of Antarctica is officially unmapped by researchers. There's a quote. I watched a lot of videos last night about Antarctica just so I could do this, because that's one of my not too strong points on Antarctica. I just wanted to brush up. I was like, I gotta make a video about Antarctica, because not many people know too much about Antarctica, globe, or flat Earth. So it's just good to get that out there, get some feedback, you know. Let's see. Assign naval protection for what? Are the penguins too deadly? Are they? I just don't get that. Like, we're gonna assign naval protection, so we can't go there. Like, what if I was somehow the reincarnation of Christopher Columbus and it was my destiny to discover Antarctica? But if I get there, I'm just gonna get shot or arrested or both, shot and arrested. Arrested. Companies are banned by the government. Companies are banned there by the government. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. If anyone wants to help me and clarify me of like what that like how that works, like per se, we'll take the oil crisis for example. The reason I say oil crisis is because I don't think it's a crisis. I firmly believe that there's tons of oil below just the United States itself. Never mind the other parts of the world that are quote unquote empty. But per se, they say that, like some believers say there's oil and abundance of natural gases in Antarctica. But If ExxonMobil wanted to go there and get their oil, they couldn't do that because the governments wouldn't allow them, even though that would benefit Exxon and the governments, and probably us for, cheaper gas prices. I live in Massachusetts. I haven't seen gas under 195 since I was 6 or something, and I paid that yesterday. I saw 189. I felt cheaped. I'm getting greedy now. I was paying $4 a gallon about a year and a half ago. Some official reports. They're watching a video about the Antarctic Treaty last night. Some black and white videos, obviously from back in the day. Don't really have a date on that, but they're saying we're going to protect Antarctica and its unknown treasures. Right. So I think when they've done expeditions to Antarctica, like secret governments have done, or secret government, researchers have gone there and done exploration, and I think they may have found a dome or something that resembles a dome, a fortress they couldn't get out of, that they calculated to go up into the upper parts of the atmosphere that we could not break through. Because in the late 1950s, is it? Yes, late 1950s and early 1960s, both U.S. and Russian governments were doing high-altitude nuclear rocket tests. They were probably simply trying to penetrate the dome to see if it is unbreakable. So I started with regular bombs, atomic bombs, hydrogen bombs, and they said, fuck it, let's give these motherfuckers a nuker and see what happens. It goes up, it goes boom, nothing happens, and ironically, U.S. and Russia both stopped firing missiles the same exact day, the same exact time. They probably both just sat down and was like, can't do this. And I think cracking the dome would have been the worst idea ever. Because I did believe at one point there was water above the earth. So if the water comes pouring in after we crack it, there's no way it's going to stop it. Just like they said in the Bible. I'm not a Catholic or nothing, but in the Noah story, they claimed, I don't know who wrote it, but said that waters came from the heavens above and flooded the earth. There's something up there. It could be a layer of black plasma, but I just really think there's water. Just firmly believe that there's water. If anything, the blue sky could be explained by what they say, the ocean reflecting off the atmosphere, but it's really just the ocean reflecting. But now there would be green up there. I can't get into that right now. We're gonna stick to Antarctica. Can't get into that today because I'll be sitting here till 3:30. Next page. What do we got? Some flat earthers believe that the ice wall of Antarctica is either ice wall is 60,000 miles in circumference. Therefore, simply stating that the flat Earth model would be bigger than the planet model, which is very plausible because, like scientists say, we have only discovered 12% of Earth's oceans. Why are we going to space? Why are we going to Mars? We haven't discovered 12% of Earth's oceans. We have only discovered, 88% we have not discovered. But yet we're gonna go up there and see what they got. Discover that stuff. Okay. Good job, NASA. Oh boy, I just don't get that. Excuse me. Like I said, this is to any glober, any flat Earth skeptic, anyone who works at NASA, anyone who works for the UN, anyone who works for the government. Just answer the question: why? Why are we going to outer space when we haven't discovered 88% of Earth's oceans. And honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's probably a good 20 to 30% of land that we haven't discovered yet. I'm just going to go out there. Like, don't try to come at me for that. That's just a thought. In the flat Earth model, there is significant amount of open ocean where there could be anything out there. Anything. But I don't know. I'm not an explorer, so. Alright. Why are there no flights allowed over Antarctica? Please answer that. Along the North Pole. You can't go over there either. And honestly, North Pole, I was watching a video. There's these two explorers. Like, oh, we reached the North Pole. Blah, blah, blah. Quote unquote, North Pole. Let's put it that way. And they're from Europe. They had an accent. And the guy goes, holy crap. The whole North Pole is flat. Just like Belgium. I don't really know too much about Belgium. I'm going to start researching that. But that's like saying someone saying from here that, from the United States, that North Pole's flat like Kansas, because I know for a fact that Kansas, the entire state of Kansas, is flat. There's no hills. There's hardly a road bump. It is flat. So what? There's a globe, then just at one point there's a little stick out. It's Kansas, all flat. Couldn't stick her in. Right. Yeah, the treaties that were put in to protect Antarctica were going to be used for good purposes only. And who knows, all they could be doing is holding us back, lying to us, and or harming us. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the Antarctica being the circumference of being the ice wall that holds us in. So, this part gets a little loopy. I hope I don't lose any of you. I'm just a theorist. None of this is actually stated from like my specific point of view. These are just theories that I have come upon, expanded on, all that good stuff. Alright, so we'll call them, what do we want to call them? We'll call them reverse flat earthers, maybe. You'll see why I say that in a minute. So, many think the UN flag is the flat Earth map, more or less, like plus or minus a couple, like miles on some specific places. But some think it is not, and I'll tell you why. There are theories that Antarctica is the center. The center. Take that in your mind. Is the center of the flat Earth map, and the North Pole is the ice wall. When I first heard that, I started laughing too. I was like, what? Like, is this guy stupid? And then he said, like I said, find me a place where you go north and it doesn't get cold. And everywhere north there's cold ice mountains and glaciers. Ice walls. Or glaciers. Ice walls. Alright. So, if that is actually true, then I will gladly right now hand it to the UN, NASA, all of them, that they got us. Because if that's true, that's the biggest false flag I've ever seen in my life. Like, that is the false flags of all false flags. That is, like, you fooled me, which not many people do. You fooled most of my friends, some of their parents. You fooled Jaronism, who I watch on Globebusters every week, along with Bob and Morgile. I love you guys. Shout out to you guys. But if they're right, we're all fooled. Same thing with Eric Dubé, Mark Sargent. Like, we're all fooled if that's the case. But I just have a hard time believing that, because the other model makes so much more sense. But it's not that different with Antarctica in the middle. I'm going to say that because what's the one ancient story that everyone knows about around the world? The lost city of Atlantis. It's in all of our kids' cartoons. It's talked about in a bunch of movies. It might be a real place, and this is why. Let me tell you. Let me find these notes here. Second page. Yes, very possible they found Atlantis. Theory, just a theory. Please don't hit me. I have it highlighted here, so I can just say this is a theory, not my actual beliefs. They put a treaty to maybe even protect it, or just so we can't get the stuff that's there. Because I'll tell you why in a second. In 1946, 1947, the Operation High Jump was a United States Antarctic expedition of exploration. Don't know if that makes sense, but whatever. Through the ice and the barren land, they found an area of land 300 miles wide. There was a lake in the center of the land, well, sort of in the center, like, you know, just some land, water in the middle area. Quote unquote, the land was dry like New Mexico, quote unquote. I found this on a video. It was broadcasted by BBC, but I'll get back to that in 1 second. The water was fresh at 38 degrees. Now, back to the BBC. I don't know if I can believe them, because 9/11, first plane hit the towers. They reported it 5 minutes before it happened. Like, oh, we found out. It hit. Oh, wait. No, it didn't. Boom. See? It hit now. Like, what? 9/11, I'm doing a whole... I'm probably going to do a 2-hour video on 9/11. I can't wait for that one. I'm going to dig down deep into that one. Hopefully get a guest. Someone just to come back at me, come with me. Like, we're gonna go hard on that. I'll tell you that. But like, if it's a real place and the BBC is as credible as they say they are, then, like they said, at the bottom of that lake, they claim to have found a bunch of metals and jewelry, not jewelry, but metals and minerals and stuff like that at the bottom of the lake that were nothing like they had found before. But they did find gold, platinum, metallic, stuff like that. So, that being said, maybe they found Atlantis and they are protecting it. Well, like I said before, very skeptical about this whole Antarctic Center thing, but it is possible, so I'm not going to let that go to waste.